Hi everyone, this is Lorraine from Canada. Happy Canada Day to everybody from Canada. Today all my lessons are going to be about Canada, and this particular lesson is looking at Canadian-isms. These are words that get used pretty much only in Canada. So I'll welcome people as they come into the class, and we have Maxime again. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Lorraine, I forget to read for you my verse because at previous lesson you asked us at the end of lesson to prepare a poetry. And,
Right.
Yes, and then I created a couple of sentences, and after the end of lesson I continue to write, and I finished. It's very short, and can I share with you?
Absolutely, please do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I've never been married, but hope that I will, and wonderful woman will cook for me meal. I will not be angry and hungry as well, and will be just looking for kiss, honey girl. We will be together at day and at night, and keep our feelings in heart and in mind. I know that it's happened, and will be true, because only 3 words, I love you.
Congratulations, that's great. Super.
Yeah. You took to me some sort of inspiration, and I could step myself, and I continue. So poetry is, I like it very much.
Good. Well, you're very good at it. That's hard to do in some other language. Wow, I am impressed. Well done. I'm so glad you shared that with me.
Yes, because you inspired me for doing it.
Okay, I inspired you. The word is inspired.
Inspired.
Very good. Okay, and we have Luis. Hi, Luis. Luis, hello. Luis, I hear things coming from your microphone. Luis, say hello.
Hello, I'm Luis. I'm from Spain. Good afternoon to everybody.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, Luis, did you figure out how to use the mute button on your microphone?
Yes, more or less. I'm going to try. Okay. I'm going to make a trial now.
Okay, because yeah, that's on now. So now take it off so you can talk. That's
yes,
it.
No.
Perfect. Okay, good. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, and Eduardo, hi. How are you today?
I'm great. Hello.
Good.
Yeah.
So,
ready to learn some Canadian.
Canadianism. Okay, so everybody is going to talk like a Canadian. People are going to say, what? And we have somebody here who's called Chicken. Hello? Chicken? I'm not sure what your name is. I hope that this is a nickname. Hello, can you say hi? Okay, I see somebody, but I'm not hearing anybody. Amparo, hi, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
That's good. I'm good. I'm very good, although I'm very hot. This is a very hot day here in Canada today.
A miracle.
A miracle, yes. Actually, it has been very hot for the last week. And with the warm weather in my area also comes humidity. And we'll be actually looking at a word that talks about heat and humidity in our lesson today. Adela, hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks for asking.
Good. And how is the weather for you today, Adela?
Fine. Yes. This is 30 degree, about 30 degree.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So very warm there too.
Yes, it's I start the summer. In Valencia, start hot.
Yeah. Well, hot here too, so I'm enjoying it. And we have Jarek. Hello. Jarek, are you there?
Hi, hello everyone.
So I'm looking at the picture you have for your icon. Do you work in a laboratory?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, okay.
Hello, detective.
Well, I see safety glasses over your glasses, and I see bottles behind you that look like medicine bottles.
Yeah, it's actually reagent, a chemical reagent, sort of.
Okay, very good. And where are you from?
I'm from China.
From China. Okay, are you in China now?
Yes, I'm in China.
Okay. Sometimes I ask people, where are you from? They say China, but they're living in some other part of the world. So I always wonder. Okay, welcome to the class.
Thanks.
Hi, Ismail. How are you today?
Hi, Lorraine. I am doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm very good, very good. I'm enjoying my Canada Day today.
Happy Canada Day.
Thank you. And Chicken, hello. Okay, still not hearing anything from this person. All right, well, I'm going to have to get started with my lesson for today. I don't have a lesson plan to share with you on the Verbling chat. I'll just be sharing with my screen share. But if you want to hold on to some of these words, you can always take a picture, a screenshot of the lesson plan. Okay, so there should be a purple screen that says Canadian-isms. If you can't see it, let me know. Okay, if you keep your if you click on my icon, it will keep the screen on top when other people are talking, so it's the best thing to do. All right, so let's start with thinking of countries where English is spoken as the main language. Adela, can you think of a country?
Ireland, for example.
Ireland?
No?
Yes.
English spoken, yes, yep. Ireland.
Ireland. They also have a language of their own. Do you know what that language is? It's not the official language, but...
This is the Irish, no? I think.
They're Irish people from Ireland, yeah. But they speak...
I don't remember the name.
It's called...
same Gaelic.
Yeah, Gaelic. Yeah, exactly. But their official language and the main language spoken is definitely English. Amparo, another country?
Australia.
Australia, yeah. Australia. Again, settled by the British. Does anybody know who the first settlers were from England that went to Australia? It was a very odd thing that the British did.
Aussie?
I'm sorry, repeat?
Aussie.
Aussie. Well, Aussie is a slang for Australian. But England, when they settled Australia, they settled it with particular kinds of people. It was unique. Does anybody know? Okay, they sent all the people from their prisons. They got rid of a lot of people from their prisons. They sent them to Australia and just dropped them off. There you go. You're out of our territory now. So many of these prisoners were prisoners because they were poor and they may have stolen some food. and so got sent to prison. So many of them were just regular people. But that's the strange thing about Australia. We're very different. Eduardo, can you think of another country where English is spoken?
Well, the first one is the UK, no?
Yeah, certainly the UK, Britain. Yeah, they certainly speak English there, for sure. Ismail?
Canada?
Yeah, Canada. We speak English here. Again, settled by the British. Our settlement was a little bit different. Does anybody know why people came to Canada in the first place? Like, why did they end up coming here? The French and the English. Any idea? It was very strange. They were after little animals called beavers. They were after the beavers. The French first, because in Europe, the beaver had a coat that was really good for making hats. And hats were the in thing in Europe at the time. So lots of people went searching for their fortunes by catching beavers and shipping their pelts back to Europe and getting money for them. And that's what opened up Canada for exploration, was all of these people who went trapping for beavers. Very strange.
Not for gold, Lorraine?
Sorry?
Not for gold?
Not for gold, no. They did not come for gold. At the time, Canada was never explored for the gold. That was in Alaska, and that's part of the United States. So there was the gold rush in the 1800s, but that was after the fur traders came. The fur traders were here first, like by 100 years. The fur traders were in Canada. It wasn't called Canada, but they were here in the 1700s. And the gold rush wasn't until the 1800s. Derek, can you tell me another country where English is spoken?
I think the English is was one of the official language for Hong Kong before 1997.
That's right, that's right. And do you know why Hong Kong spoke English?
Yeah, the Britain gave it back to China, I think.
Yes, so Britain had that as a colony on Hong Kong. But I think there was a deal, wasn't there, with China that they would only have that Hong Kong for a certain length of time, 100 years or something, and then they were to give it back.
Years.
Yeah, I can't remember, but they were going to give it back to China at the end of it, which happened. Yeah, exactly. All right, very good. That was a good one. Louis, can you think of another country? Unmute your microphone, Luis, so we can hear you.
Yes, now.
Good. Another country that speaks English?
I don't know, maybe in Qatar, for example. It's not a common language.
I don't think, I'm not sure, but I don't think English is the official language there.
No, it's not official.
It's not official language in Qatar. Sorry.
Sorry?
Arabic is official language
Arabic.
in Qatar.
That makes sense. There is one big country that nobody has mentioned yet. I'm surprised.
US.
Yeah, the US. United States.
South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa is another good one. Yeah. Maxime, do you know of one?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah, very good. So very close to Australia. New Zealand also speaks English. So we have a number of varieties of English that is spoken. So the first one I've given is British English. Can anybody think of another type of English?
American English.
Yeah, American English, very, very common one. And another one?
Russian English, sorry.
Russian English.
Yeah, it's joke.
And we laughed, yes.
I heard a new term, Chinglish.
Chinglish, oh yeah.
Chinglish, yes.
Yeah.
Chinese and English.
Yes, and Spanglish is another very common one, Spanglish. Spanglish is spoken in the south of the United States because it really is quite a mixture of Spanish and English.
Hinglish.
Hindu and English?
Yes. It is Indian and English.
Yes. Okay, very good. So another very common one, though, is the Australian English. These are all very unique accents that you hear. The words are actually said slightly differently in each of these countries. And Canadian English is also another one. So why do you think we get these variations? Anyone?
Because it's English, it's very popular language. It's a universal language, and everybody talks today in English, and this is definitely happens because people speak in English, exchange from another countries, and creates new dialogues, new languages.
Yeah, English is a language, first of all, that isn't a language that has been around for a long time. Actually, it is a very new language. And the unique characteristic of English is that it welcomes all kinds of words from other languages. We borrow words like crazy. So much of English has French in it. It's partially from Latin base. It's partially Germanic. It's got a lot of different things in it. And so where it is spoken, it also picks up a lot of the unique sounds of the other languages spoken in that country. So people laugh at Canadians because we have certain ways of saying our words that's different from the US. But a lot of it is because we have a French portion of our country. So our expressions get changed a bit because of the French. And also because we get influences from Scotland, because of the settlers in England, or in Canada were from Scotland and Ireland. So we get a lot of mixture. Okay. Let's go on. So let's match the phrases with the correct nationality. These phrases are very, very explicit for the different countries. Maxim, read the first one, the first phrase.
Give some examples of countries where English is spoken.
Okay, now we've done all of that. I want you to read this one.
Bloody hell?
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
And what does it mean, bloody hell?
Okay, it is it's when something bad happens, and you might say, yeah, darn, or damn, or it's just an expression you would say when something horrible happens.
We can say stuff like this on lesson. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this one, but it's very what. Who says this thing? Maxime?
Who say
Yes.
what?
Is it an Irish expression, a Canadian expression, British, American, or Australian? Which one?
Who can create this stuff? I think Irish. Irish.
Irish? No, it's not Irish. It's not
No.
Irish. No.
Then British.
Yeah, it is British. It is
Yeah.
very British. Bloody hell! It's a British expression. Okay, Louis, the next expression. Louis, unmute your microphone and say the next expression. Louis. Okay, well, we'll go to Jarek then. Can you say the next expression, please?
Good day, mate.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. It's Australian.
Yes, it's Australian. G'day, mate. That's an Australian expression. Okay. And Ishmael, the next one.
Oh, my bad.
Whoa, my bad.
Oh, my bad. Canadian?
Not Canadian, nope.
American?
Yeah, it's American. My bad. It's very American. Whoa, my bad. It might even be, whoa, dude, my bad. American. Okay, Eduardo, the next one.
Nice day, eh?
Not it's nice day, eh? Nice day, eh?
Okay. Canadian.
That's Canadian. A. We're known for our A's. And this is a question tag, and it means what? What do you think it means? What would be...
Nice day, eh? You mean?
Yeah, what's the A mean? What does it stand for? It's a question tag.
Yeah, it's like, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? Instead of saying isn't it, you'd say A. Nice day, eh? Okay, and that leaves the last one for Amparo.
Top of the morning to ya. Irish.
Irish. Top of the morning to ya. They do have a way of saying it too, not just the words, but the accent that they use. I love an Irish accent. It's so pretty. Okay. So here we are. We're going to focus on words that are uniquely Canadian. So we're going to match the words to their definitions. Okay, we'll do it with the words. So, Adela, read the first word.
Humidex.
Humidex. What do you think it might mean?
Is the combined effect of heat and humidity on temperature.
Okay, so especially in southern Ontario in Canada, we get weather that is like the tropics in the summer and like the Arctic in the winter. But mostly it's because we have a lot of humidity in the air from the lakes that surround us, the Great Lakes. So we coined a word to describe how the temperature feels. It might be only 25 degrees, but because of the humidity, it feels more like 40. So it can make a big difference. So we call this the humidex. The humidex today is 40. All right. Maxime, the number 2. Read the word.
Chesterfield.
Yes. Chesterfield.
I don't know. I have association with cigarettes. Chesterfield.
Oh, yes, but that's from a different country. We don't smoke Chesterfields. We lie around on Chesterfields.
I have no idea for Chesterfield from this list.
Okay, so a lot of people who are couch potatoes like Chesterfields. Anyone?
Is
Another
Chester.
word for sofa?
Yeah, it's another word for sofa or couch. It's a Chesterfield. And
What
I
is the
think
connection, Lorraine?
I think it's because in Canada there was a very famous company that made sofas, and the name of the company was Chesterfield. So you would refer to the couch as a Chesterfield because that was the company that made it. It's a little bit like tissues are called Kleenexes because the company that made them was Kleenex.
Yes.
And it became synonymous with tissue. It was a Kleenex. In Canada, a sofa is a Chesterfield. Even now, it's not made by Chesterfield anymore. We still tend to call them Chesterfields.
Here in Spain, we have a TV show,
Yes?
and the name is Chester, and it's because of the sofa, and it's just Chester. So that's why my question is a
Ah,
specific sofa with a shape. And even if you go online here in Europe, you can look for this kind of sofa, but it's a specific one.
huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nowadays in Canada, it doesn't seem to be any specific one. It's just a
General.
word. Yeah.
Okay.
Interchangeable for sofa or couch.
Okay.
Okay. Amparo, the next word.
Homo milk.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, letter E, short for homogenized milk.
Yes. Homogenized milk. Okay. So this is kind of an embarrassing thing to us now because homo has more than one meaning. And and anyway, homo in this case is short for homogenized. Does anybody know what homogenized means?
Mix something up.
Yeah, you mix something up. So in milk, it's the butter fat that's in milk. If you milk a cow, the butter fat tends to float to the top. And what they do in homogenized milk is they shake it until the butterfat breaks up into very, very, very small pieces and ends up throughout the milk. And it takes a long time before the butterfat can float back to the top. Usually
Is
you have, yes, go ahead.
no is for the coffee, for example, cappuccino is a cream. Is same? No.
I'm not sure.
Ah, okay.
I don't know too much about cappuccino. Cappuccino is milk and coffee, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. In this case, this is the way the milk is treated before it's sold to the public. It's homogenized and it's also pasteurized. And that might be another Canadian word. Does anybody know what pasteurize means?
It's applied to the milk. No?
It's not applied to the milk. They do something to the milk that
Yeah, I
pasteurizes it.
know. This is
Okay,
Yeah.
Luis?
to
Kill
put the milk to a
everything.
higher temperature, for example,
Yes,
nearly 100 degrees to kill all the bacteria or the
exactly.
bugs in the milk. So you
Exactly.
can use the milk for a longer time.
Exactly. Exactly right. So our milk here in Canada is homogenized and it's pasteurized before it's sold in the stores. Now, homogenized milk also became it is a whole milk, so nothing is taken out of it. All of the butterfat is there. And sometimes people don't want that much butterfat because they are trying to lose weight. So they will drink 2% milk, which is 2% of the butterfat is still in the milk. The rest has been removed. So that's also another kind of Canadianism. All right, so let's get off milk and go to number 4. I'm not sure whose turn it is. Adela, maybe. Number 4?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, maybe Aka Ken has just joined us. Hi, Aka Ken. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Number 4, can you read the word and then maybe guess what it means?
Hydro. Electricity originally produced by waterfalls.
Yes.
Hydroelectricity.
Yes. In Canada, our first electricity came from Niagara Falls. So we started calling electricity hydropower. So it just meant power from the waterfalls, hydro, and that stuck. So now we talk about electricity in terms of hydro, even though a lot of our electricity is now made from nuclear and also from burning natural gas. We still call it hydro. Okay. The next word, Maxime?
Knapsack. Knapsack.
We don't pronounce the K. It's knapsack.
Knapsack.
Yes.
I don't know what does it mean, knapsack.
Well, can you kind of guess? It's a sack. What here is also a kind of sack?
I don't know, Lorraine. I don't know.
Okay, no problem. No
Something to
problem.
sleep or something. I don't know.
A backpack.
A backpack. Yeah,
Backpack.
exactly.
Yeah.
A backpack. So for some reason here in Canada we call it a knapsack, and I have no idea why. But the words are used interchangeably. Some people will say backpack and some people will say knapsack, but we all know what it means. Okay, Louis, number 6.
2-4.
A 2-4, yes.
A 2-4 is a case containing 24 bottles of beer.
Yes, very, very famous. In Canada, we love our beer. And so cases of 2-4s go with us everywhere. We have 24 bottles of beer. Good. And another one, Jarek, number 7.
Number 7, Timbits.
Timbits.
Timbits. I think it comes to Tim and Bits, right? And H, small donuts from Tim Hortons coffee shop.
Yes. So Canada, for some reason, is famous for its coffee shop named Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is now owned by Americans, but it's still the most popular coffee shop in Canada. You will find a Tim Hortons on just about every street corner in a city. You don't have to go far before you find Tim Hortons. Derek, number 8.
Double. I think that's GE coffee with double cream, double sugar.
Yeah, coffee with double cream, double sugar that you get at Tim Hortons. But any coffee, people who drink it with double cream and double sugar will just ask for a double, please. And the person in the coffee shop will understand that. Ishmael, number 9. Ishmael. What happened to Ishmael? Okay, Eduardo?
Okay, Looney. Okay, because of the 10 word, I suppose it's alone, $1 coin.
It's a $1 coin. Does anybody know why the Canadians call their $1 coin a loonie?
Maybe
One.
bird is in the bill.
I'm sorry, repeat.
A bird in the bill is in the bill. Is on the bill.
Okay, it's a coin.
A coin. Okay.
Yes, it's a
Not a
coin.
bill.
It's not a bill. It's a coin, and there is a bird called a loon on the $1 coin. So it is a famous bird in Canada. We love the loons. They're in the lakes in the north part of our country, pretty much everywhere, and they have a wonderful sound they make. and so they used the loon on the $1 coin. And then the government was very embarrassed that it's called a loonie. Does anybody know why they might be embarrassed? Because loonie has another
It's like
version.
crazy or mad, no? Or stupid.
Crazy, yeah. It's crazy. It's like being insane. You're a loony. You're insane. But now in Canada, loonie never means insane. It means a $1 coin. Then a few years later, after they introduced the loonie to Canada, they decided to introduce a toonie. Amparo, what do you think a toonie is?
$2.
Yeah, it's a $2 coin. And why do you think it got called a toonie?
I suppose the two. It sounds like a two.
Yeah,
Number.
it's two. It's a coin. It's like a loonie, but it's two, so it's a toonie. Very simple.
And it has two birds or not?
No, it doesn't have two birds.
Okay.
No. Actually, our dollar coin now, I don't think it has the loon on it anymore, but we still call it a loonie. The name stuck. It's never going to change. It's always going to be a loonie, and it's always going to be a toonie. We think it's cute.
There's no dollar bills in Canada?
There
Only-
are no $1 or $2 bills. Our bills start at 5. We have
Okay.
a $5,
I see.
10, 20, 50, and 100.
Mhm,
And
I see.
beyond that, I wouldn't know because I've never had one. There may be 1,000. I don't know. Okay, the next one. Aka Ken, number 11.
The number 11, Mountie.
Mountie, yes.
Mountie. Royal Canadian Mounted Police Officer.
Yes, he's a Mountie. Okay, and we've even sold that off. I don't think we own the rights to Mountie. A lot of things got made with the Mountie on it, like the rights to use that image. I think we sold the rights to the United States, I think. And the last one, Adela.
Pogey, no? Money
called-
provide.
Yeah.
What is the pronunciation? Pogey?
Pogie.
Pogey. Money provided by the government for unemployed people.
Okay, so if you lose your job, you will have been paying into an employment insurance. So when you lose your job, the government gives you money until you find another job or you run out of the time that you're allowed to collect POGI. So it depends on how long you've been working, how much POGI you get.
So,
Does anybody? Yeah.
Synonym is subsidy?
No, subsidy is when you get some money to added to what you're already giving. Okay, a subsidy. Many colleges get a subsidy. So when you pay your college tuition, there is a subsidy to help you pay that college tuition. So instead of $1,000, maybe you only need to pay $800. The government gives a subsidy of $200. Okay, so bye, Luis. Thanks for joining us. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay. So let's try remembering the words and putting them into the sentences. So the words that we're going to get rid of are underlined, and we're going to choose a word instead. So let's start with Maxime. Number 1.
Okay, it is 28 degrees Celsius today, but with the heat and humidity combined, oh my gosh, Heat and humidity. It seems very hard for me, Lorraine.
That's okay. That's all right. I know because I don't have a worksheet for it, so you can't look back. Does anybody remember what this word
Humidex.
was? Humidex.
Humidex.
Yes, the humidex. The
Humidex.
humidex. It feels more like 33. Good. Derek, number 2.
And on our way to Camp Loops, BC, we saw a Monty, our
Yes.
rear view mirror.
Yeah, a Mountie in our rear view mirror. There should have been in there. Sorry. My bad. My Americanism for today. My bad. Okay, very good. A Mountie. Ismail, number 3.
All I've got is a $1 coin. A loony.
Yeah, all I've got is a loony. Good. All right, and Eduardo, number 4.
I usually ask for a double cream, double sugar coffee. Double at Timmy's Hortons.
Yeah, so now you know. If you ever find yourself in Canada and you go into a coffee shop, you say, I'll have a double, please.
And maybe they can put me a whiskey.
Not in Canada.
Okay.
No. In Canada, you cannot buy any kind of alcohol in regular stores. You only buy it in liquor control, a liquor store. There's a special store for buying liquor and a special store for buying beer. We don't have them in regular stores like they do in the US. So you can buy drinks at a restaurant, but not at a place like Tim Hortons. They don't have a liquor license.
Okay.
Okay, and we still haven't heard from Chicken. Hello? No? Okay, Amparo, can you do the next one, please?
I stopped buying homogenized milk, homo milk, because I'm trying to lose weight. Now I buy 2%.
Okay, good. Homo milk. And number 6, Akaken.
Okay, he left his backpack, a knapsack on subway and had to go to the lost and found.
Okay, a knapsack. Good. Adela?
We pay our electricity bills every 2 months. Hydro.
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 Yes. We pay our hydro bills every 2 months. Good. And Maxime?
Every Victoria Day we go camping. We take fishing rod, snack, and case containing 24 bottle for beer, 2-4.
Yes, and a 2-4.
2-4.
Yeah. We take fishing rods, snacks, and a 2-4. Good. Jarek, number 9.
I sometimes buy a box of small donuts, team bits from Tim Hortons to share with my colleagues and work.
Okay. Good. Okay, Adela, see you. All right. Ismail, are you there?
Yes, correct.
Okay, number 10, please.
Gary was taking a nap on the sofa when someone rang the doorbell.
Do you remember what sofa was? Repeat, please.
Trimplex, something like this.
No. Does anybody remember?
Timberlex?
Chesterfield.
Yeah,
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield.
Coach.
A couch, the same thing. Couch, Chesterfield, sofa. They all mean the same thing in Canada. Eduardo, number 11.
The children were asked to bring a toonie to help the school fundraiser.
Yeah, he brought the toonie. Good. Amparo?
Jessica wasn't eligible for the government employment insurance, POGI, because she hadn't worked enough weeks during the last 2 years.
Good. Okay. Any questions on those? Okay. So we're going to take a look at some other strange things. Canadian insults. Now, these are things that we call people when we're frustrated, or it's just kind of a, well, you know, everybody has these kinds of terms in their own language. So we're going to try to just imagine what we could be saying when we use these terms. This is a little hard, but Maxime, read the first one.
Pug bunny.
A puck bunny. So
Maybe
let's think of the.
when I should to move faster. Pug bunny.
Okay, I can understand that. What do you use a puck in? What game do we use a puck in? Does anyone know?
Game which related with pecking?
With a puck. There is a game that is played in Canada that uses a stick and a puck, and people play it on ice skates.
Hockey.
Hockey, yes. So, puck refers to hockey. What do you think a bunny refers to?
Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Oh,
Okay, this has something to do with Playboy. Do you know the American magazine Playboy?
Yeah.
What's a
And
bunny?
a bunny girl.
It's a girl. Yeah,
Girl.
a bunny is a girl. So a puck bunny is a girl who follows the hockey games because she's attracted to the players.
Ah, okay.
So in Canada, there's also out west, guys like to ride bucking horses in rodeos. So they get on the horse and they get bucked off by the horse, but who stays on the horse the longest is a cowboy. He wins. And the girls who follow the rodeos are called buckle bunnies, because the guy who wins the rodeo gets a belt buckle. So they're called buckle bunnies, the girl who follows the rodeos, because she's attracted to the cowboys. Let's see, Jarek, the next term is a
Newfie?
newfie.
Newfie.
Any ideas?
I have no idea.
None of these are horrible. They're not all, you know, at all horrible. And actually, the people called Newfies call themselves Newfies. It's only bad if other people call them Newfies.
There's some sort of newcomer, like graduated their first job, right?
That's a newbie. Very close. That's a newbie.
Freshman.
Yeah, newbie. This is different. This is a newfie. This is strictly Canadian. There is a province in Canada called Newfoundland. And Newfies are people who come from Newfoundland. Now, if we call a person from Newfoundland a Newfie, it's an insult. But they call themselves Newfies, and that's okay then. And often we have things called Newfie jokes, and these are jokes that are supposed to be about people from Newfoundland. And some people use them as blonde jokes. It's about girls who have blonde hair are stupid, and Newfie jokes are the same. So then it's kind of an insult. However, the best Newfie jokes I've heard have come from people from Newfoundland. So There you go. A Newfie. Very Canadian. Yeah.
Newfoundland is exactly a place or
yes,
referred.
Newfoundland is a province of Canada. Okay, it's one of our provinces, actually the newest province that we have. So it is on the east coast of Canada. It's very large, but the population is very small. And Newfoundland people sound very different from the rest of Canada because a lot of the people who live there were from Scotland originally. So their English has a Scottish flair to it. It's very different. And Ismail, the next word, tool.
Tool.
What do you think?
Tool set.
These are things we call people. These are insults that you would call, oh, you're a real tool. Any ideas? It's hard. It's almost impossible to guess them. So if you call someone in Canada a tool, you're calling them an idiot. You're telling them that they're crazy. They're a tool. And the same with hoser. Again, very Canadian. I don't know if the comedians, they were a while back now, Doug and, I can't remember their names, but anyway, they used to use the word hoser. They call each other a hoser, and that means you're a loser or an unpleasant person. Okay. Now, I have a message here from my greenhouse. Everybody can hear me. Nobody can hear you, I'm afraid. Okay, a dart. This one I've never heard before. Dart is something new for me. And this is a stupid or ignorant person. I haven't heard dart. I've heard tool, but not dart. A frog is very common in Canada, and it is a big insult. Amparo, have you any idea who we call frogs?
I don't know. A curious person?
Well, any guess is good because these are strictly Canadian. You couldn't possibly know. And a frog is an insulting term for French Canadians. So the French Canadians have insulting terms for English Canadians, and this is our insulting term for a French Canadian. You call them frogs. Gorby, I've never heard. That's something new for me. Maybe different areas of Canada have different ones, but it's an ignorant tourist. Okay, so maybe people have come across tourists in their country that know nothing. In Canada, the tourists that seem to know the least about Canada are the Americans. They come to Canada, some of them, not all of them. We always talk about those few that you just have to shake your head. But they come to Canada in the middle of summer with their snow skis and snowboards on their cars, and they say, well, where's the snow? I thought it was snowy in Canada. And then you have to tell them, well, it is in December and January. Okay. The next one. This one's pretty common, and I don't think it's a terribly bad insult. Maxime, have you any idea what this one is?
Canuck?
A Canuck.
Sounds not good. Canuck. No?
It can be considered an insult, but most Canadians don't mind. Any ideas?
No. I don't know what does it mean.
Well, it just means Canadian. We're Canucks. Like the Americans are Yankees. Have you heard the term Yankee?
Yankee, yes, it's
Yes,
American.
it's American, yes, and Canuck is the Canadian version. For Canadians, we're called Canucks. And most Canadians don't mind being called a Canuck. They call themselves Canucks. And the last one, chirp. Again, another term I've never heard. But it's a mild insult, similar to jerk. Does everybody understand what jerk means? Again, it's like a dart. A stupid or ignorant person, you're a jerk.
A mashal.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
Frog is called to French from British people also. I heard that.
That could very well be, yeah. That could very well be that the British call the French from France. Again, we're neighbors. The British and the French have been neighbors for thousands of years. So they're not very happy neighbors sometimes. And at various times in history, the French and the British have fought. And they brought those fights to Canada. So when the French settled in what was then Upper Canada, Lower Canada, and the English settled in Upper Canada, they fought, and in the end, the English won. So the French got the one province of Quebec, and the English got the rest of Canada. So again, that term of frog followed to Canada as well.
So, quick question.
Yes, yes.
Canuck, Yankee, or Spaniard, all these terms are offensive or not? Depends of the way you use it.
Yes, no? Yes, okay. Exactly, of course. And Canadians call themselves Canucks, and sometimes we get referred to as crazy Canucks, especially in sporting venues. The Canadians have a tendency to be pretty macho in sports, I think. So my husband has a lot to do with motocross in Canada. And I've heard a lot of the Canadian riders being referred to as crazy Canucks for what they do on a motocross bike. So I don't know. Anyway, that's my little lesson on Canadian-isms. I hope that it was interesting for you. And hopefully I'll see you sometime tomorrow. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy Canadian Day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.